Hey guys, welcome to Rachit Academy. I welcome to a session on the internal combustion engine. Just to recapitulate whatever we have read earlier, we have read about an engine. What is an engine? Engine is something or a device which transform one form of energy to another form of energy. After that, we have read about heat engine. Heat engine is an engine which converts your thermal energy into mechanical energy, like your steam engine. Further, your heat engine is classified into two types: external combustion engine and internal combustion engine. Further, we have read about what is external combustion engine, where your combustion takes place outside the cylinder, like your steam engine, Stirling engine. These are example of your external combustion engine or EC engine. Further, we have read about internal combustion engine, where combustion takes place inside the cylinder, like your petrol and diesel engine. Further, we have read about various components and parts of the internal combustion engine, in which we have read about cylinder. Cylinder is the hollow cylindrical structure closed at the top by your cylinder head, in which your piston reciprocate back and forth. Cylinder is made up of hard and high thermal conductivity material. Combustion of fuel takes place inside the cylinder, which is the main role of your cylinder. Further, we have read about next part is cylinder head, in which various mechanism like your valves, ports in case of your two-stroke engine, valves in case your four-stroke engine, and a spark plug in case your SI engine, and injector in case of your CI engine. Further, we have read about your piston. Piston is a cylindrical component which is fitted perfectly inside the cylinder, providing a gas tight space with piston rings and lubricants. Main function of the piston is to transmit your force exerted by burning of fuel to the connecting rod to the crankshaft. Next is your piston rings. What is piston ring? There are two types of piston rings. One is compression rings and other is lubricant ring, or lower one is oil ring. The upper ring is compression ring and lower one is your oil ring. Next, we have read about water jackets, through which your cooled water is circulated to prevent overheating of your engine. Further, we also read about connecting rod, in which small ends of connecting rod is connected to a piston by your gudgeon pin, whereas your big end is connected to the crankshaft by your crank pin. Further, we have also read about crank and crankshaft. Crank is the rotating member which receives the power from your connecting rod and transmit to the crankshaft, while crankshaft is the principal rotating part of your engine, which control the sequence of reciprocating motion of the piston. Further, we have read about your flywheel. A flywheel is a heavy wheel mounted on your crankshaft. Its main job is to absorb energy during a power stroke and release it during non-power stroke. As we have discussed earlier, during power stroke you will not come to know the power stroke is now come and now gone. Next is your compression. This is now suction. You will not come to know because of this heavy flywheel. It absorbs energy during your power stroke. This reduces the torque and speed fluctuation, absorb vibration from the crankshaft, and also support your clutch mechanism as well. Next, we have read about valves. Valves is provided in the cylinder head for the admission of fresh air fuel mixture in the engine cylinder. And next is we have read about inlet manifold. Inlet manifold is nothing but a metal tube which connects the intake system to the inlet valve of the engine, where fresh air is coming to the engine. While exhaust or outlet manifold, this is connected to the outlet valve. This is also a manifold or tube-like structure. Further, we have read about a spark plug. This is used in your spark ignition engine or petrol engine. Its role is to initiate the combustion of the fuel. We also read about fuel injector. Fuel injector's main role is to supply the metered quantity of fuel at high pressure, especially in the CI or MPFI engine. This will get fuel from your fuel pump and further supply to the your combustion chamber. Next, we have also read about various terminologies used in your internal combustion engine. We have read about top dead center, bottom dead center, stroke, bore, swept volume, cleanse volume, compression ratio. Further, we also read about classification of IC engine. We have read various classification based on their application. Further, we classify it into based on ignition system, which is your compression ignition system and spark ignition system. Today's our main topic is spark ignition engine. So let us start. Definition. This is also called Otto cycle engine. A 4-stroke engine is an IC engine in which piston completes 4 separate strokes while turning the crankshaft. Each cylinder has 4 openings in case of SI engine, where we have intake manifold or intake valve, exhaust valve, spark plug and fuel injection. These are 4 openings in the cylinder or cylinder head. Next point is the crankshaft and camshaft are connected by timing belt or chain mechanism to maintain synchronization between them. Crankshaft and camshaft are connected by chain or belt mechanism. Inlet and exhaust valves are driven by camshaft. Next, we will read about all 4 stroke. First is your intake stroke. Intake of air fuel mixture. In case of SI engine, our intake stroke, in which carburetor supply the carburized fuel in atomized form in the cylinder through intake manifold. Intake manifold, as we have read, this is a tube like structure. Through intake manifold, when piston moves from TDC to BDC, when piston moves from top dead center to bottom dead center. The piston travel from top dead center to bottom dead with intake valve open and exhaust valve position is here. Intake valve is open and exhaust valve is closed, while the piston sucks the fresh charge into the cylinder. Next is our compression stroke. What is compression stroke? Stroke begins at BDC when piston is at your bottom dead center and ends at the top dead center. In this case, the intake valve is closed. Both the valves remain closed when piston travels from back to TDC with all valve closed. This compressed air fuel mixer raising both the pressure. In this stroke, your pressure and temperature will increase. Near the end of your compression stroke, spark is given in case of your spark ignition engine and combustion will be initiated. Next is your power stroke. In a power stroke, also called ignition or combustion stroke, both the valve remain in closed position. Piston position is at top dead center. Spark is given before the compression stroke ends and power stroke starts to get combustion, to reduce the combustion delay. we have valve timing before that. Next is your, this is start of second revolution of crankshaft. Now 4-stroke engine, your crankshaft will complete two complete revolution. Now in the case of power stroke engine, your crankshaft second revolution start. By the end of compression stroke, your air fuel is ignited by the spark plug, or in case of SI engine, or in case of CI engine, diesel is injected into the compressed air, where air temperature is about 2000 degrees centigrade. This stroke produces mechanical work from the engine to turn the crankshaft. This is a useful stroke. Next 3 stroke remain idle, but this is a power stroke. This is a useful stroke for our engine. Next is our exhaust stroke. Exhaust valve open and inlet valve in closed position. Piston position, exhaust stroke start from bottom dead center to top dead center. Exhaust gases are forced out from cylinder. This is the main role of this exhaust stroke. Next is your, this is a typical pressure volume diagram of your 4-stroke SI engine, where we can see this is 0 to 1, where pressure, this is the isobaric process where pressure is not changing. This is an intake stroke where fresh charge is drawn into cylinder from 1 to 2. This is a compression stroke. This is a adiabatic compression. Adiabatic means there is no heat transfer between engine to the outside, engine cylinder to the outside. At the end of this compression stroke, this ignition is being initiated here, and before this is a combustion delay. So this period when complete combustion is there. Now from 3 to 4, this is a power stroke. This is also adiabatic expansion stroke. From 4 to 1, again your exhaust stroke. Exhaust valve open and your heat is released from your engine, and exhaust gases are removed from your cylinder. Next is the valve timing. As we have seen, valve timing is for your regulation of points in the cycle at which the valve are set to open and close. As we have read about why this valve timing is there are 2 factors. First is mechanical factor. Valves cannot be closed and open abruptly. This is a mechanical factor. This will cause damage to your cylinder or valve, because they are operated by cams. The cams have a sudden rise and sudden fall. This thereby, so opening of the valve must commence ahead of your time, well in advance. Second is a dynamic factor. What is? Actual valve timing is set taking into consideration of dynamic effect of gas flow. That's why we have valve timing. As you can see, this is the abbreviation used in this figure. This is a top dead center. Fuel injection starts, FIS. Fuel injection closes, FIC. Inlet valve open, inlet valve close, exhaust valve open, exhaust valve close. So this your suction or intake stroke, where intake stroke starting before your bottom dead center from 10 to 20 degree. The intake this to ensure that the valve will be fully open and fresh charge start to flow into cylinder as soon as the piston reaches the TDC. It means once it become fully open while it reaches to TDC, and your suction is whole charges will be drawn into your cylinder. As the piston moves out in the suction stroke, the fresh charge is drawn in through the intake valve. When the piston reaches at the BDC and start to move in the compression stroke, the inertia of the entering fresh tends to cause to continue move further into such inertia. This is also after BDC, inlet valve also remain open in this position. It's in theoretically it should be closed here, but inlet valve is closing here in actual valve timing. Further, this here start your compression stroke. This is a ram effect. Next is your exhaust valve timing. Opening of exhaust valve earlier reduces the pressure near the end of power stroke and thus caused some loss of useful work on this stroke. But exhaust valve opening timing more is also have a negative impact as well. This decreases the work and thermal efficiency of the engine. As we have seen, there is overlapping of valve where both the valve remain closed in this overlapping. Here your inlet valve also open. Here also your exhaust valve also open. So this overlapping is the period when both the intake and exhaust valves are open at same time. 15 degree for low speed and 30 degree for the high speed engine. This overlapping will be there. So thanks for watching. If you feel this is useful for you, please subscribe our channel. It will encourage me to have more videos. Thanks for watching. Jai Hind.